Yeah, so I'm Ali Calvin, rector here in Christchurch, Kilkeel, and I came here just in the middle of February, so it was instituted in the middle of February, which meant I had maybe 4 weeks of seeing the church work normally, and it was really, exciting to come and see how everything was functioning and start to get to know people and all of that. And then suddenly lockdown hit because of the pandemic and everything stopped, and that was really quite frustrating in many ways. When you've arrived in a new place and you're just wanting to get out there and do stuff and get to know people. But after the initial frustration, I guess there was a period of just saying, well, maybe God's in this, and maybe we just need to step back, and maybe this is really a time for pressing into God's heart and hearing Him. Maybe it's a time of restoration, time for rest in the midst of the craziness that was going on around us, and a time really where we could all focus a lot more on prayer and on our own personal walk with God. So that was the first few weeks. I'm still trying to do ministry, but it was very awkward being like a new person and not knowing anybody, making phone calls to people that you couldn't visualise and you didn't know anything about them. All of that was really quite difficult. Yeah, I think one of the worries is, will people feel really isolated? Will people feel cut off? And so actually, much as I have grown to dislike Zoom, but I think it's just Zoom fatigue. But at the time, that was a really good way. We were actually having really good meetings and really good crack even, and fellowship over Zoom. Now, obviously, it was a limited number of people because not everybody would engage in that way. So yes, that kind of was a concern, and it's been such a joy now when we've been able to open our doors again. We did, of course, drive-in services and things like that during the summer, that people could still get out and see each other, even if it was at a distance in a car, but there was a sense of coming together. So that was a real blessing that we were able to do that during some of that time. One of the things that I think is our hope post-COVID, and even now in this stage, that what I'm seeing is, yes, there may be a different makeup of people in the pews, but I think the people who are coming back and the people who will come back are going to come back hungrier for more of God. And in a way, I think we will have a healthier church post all of this, because people will have had a bit of a wake-up call and a bit of assessing what is really important in life, and so they're coming back hungrier, which I think will create a healthier church, and I'm hoping a higher impact church, as we realise the importance, as we realise just how insignificant we are and how short our time could be, and how easily something can bring the whole world to a stop, that we'll be more aware as a church of our need to go out there and have a higher impact on the community around us. So I think there's good things ahead.